And millennial pause. We are live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we got a lot of 49ers things on the docket. Well, not really just like 3 or 4 things, if I had to be honest with you. But we'll go ahead and jump into those things, have a conversation about it, and if there's any other conversations, with the chat or whatever, we'll jump into that. Jake with the 100 men or beating a gorilla. Nah, man, it's not happening. If the gorilla, well, I'll save that conversation. I'll give you my reasonings why that's not true. Okay, Crazy Juice in the house. Good to see you, Jake in the house. But of course, we're brought to you by. Before we get to all of those subjects, we're brought to you by water, H2O. It's good for your skin. It's good for your organs. It's good for your bowels. All right, H2O. It's the way to go. All right. So, real quick, before we get to other stuff, man, 100 men are beating a gorilla. They're without a doubt 100 men are not beating a gorilla, dude. Okay, this is how 100 men would beat a gorilla, just based on circumstance, okay? They would be able to beat a gorilla if the gorilla had to stay in one spot. If the gorilla had like a little circle to work with, right? And he had to stay in that circle, and 100 men could just flank him, group him, and jump him and stuff like that, then yes, I would totally say that. But if you're telling me that he's like in the jungle, he could jump from tree to tree, he can move around and things of that nature, man, that's not happening, dude. That's not happening, because the gorilla could just move around, take one guy out at a time, right? And a gorilla can kill a dude with one half bitch slap, just one simple, not full effort, just concussion, dead. All right, and he just has to do that 100 times. A couple of basic slaps, 100 times, man. You're good. You're good. And before you say, oh, he's just got 2 hands. He just got 2 hands, man. His feet are hands, bro. He can. It doesn't matter what angle you got him. If he's on his back somehow, he's got his feet. Slap, 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 slap. And just slap, 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 slap. That's what he's got to do. All right. But it's a fun debate. I think it's a fun little thing to have. So I think it's fun. Hey, if you believe 100 men can beat a gorilla, all right. It really honestly did. It truly did. It took a life of its own. It's all over the place. It's a fun little conversation. It's a fun little debate kind of type thing. So for sure, I think it's fun. It's harmless, and I appreciate it for what that is. Papa J in the house. Good to see you, man. The best mod a bro can ask for. Okay, I'm no longer a Browns fan. I'm going to join you 49ers. I'm getting tired of Sanders fans not knowing anything about football and saying that he's the greatest. It's going to happen, man. Whatever team that Sanders was going to go to, man, he's a polarizing player prospect, whether you like it or not. He has a huge fan base, The one thing that kind of frustrates me is that some people are like, there's so many haters of Shedeur Sanders, just leave him alone. Well, it's kind of it works both ways. There are haters of Shedeur Sanders, that is 110% true, but there are Glazers, right? So it's kind of like to say that it just goes one way where there's just haters, leave him alone. It's like, no, there's haters and there's also Glazers that are propping him up and throwing him into the limelight and throwing him out there. So it's really both two different sides of the coin that's pushing the subject. And if you're a hater of Shedeur Sanders, you're probably not going to like hearing about Shedeur Sanders all the time. If you're a Glazer, you're probably not going to hear all the haters all the time. So it can get exhausting. It could definitely get exhausting. And considering he's a polarizing player, it was going to happen. Whatever team he went to, man, Shedeur's going to get his praise and Shedeur's going to carry his haters. It's going to be one way or the other, man. It's just how it's going to be. And if you take that out, man, it's a great spot for him in general, though, just because he might actually have an opportunity to start. So, it's just how it is. But stay with your team, man. I never advocate for someone abandoning their team, no matter what, man. If you want to be a 49ers fan, you want to support the fan base, I'm not gonna say you don't or whatever, but don't abandon your team though. In the end, man, stay a Browns fan, stay the course. If you're a team, you're a fan of team. There's one thing I respect about Browns fans. The one thing I respect about Browns fans is the fact that out of all the years of, and I'm not trying to insult, I swear I'm not trying to like insult you or take shots at Browns, right? I'm not doing that. All the years of turmoil, the issues, the lack of success, things of that nature, and you guys still are a fan of your team. I actually respect that. I actually honor that. There's a lot of nobility in that. So stick with your team, man. I always preach, stay with your team no matter what. Like that, you just got to do it. Even if you're a Cowboys fan, Seahawks fan, Steelers fan, no matter how bad it gets, there's a lot of nobility and honor in sticking with your team no matter what, no matter how bad it gets. So I would always say stay with your team. For sure. No, Grillo literally stands no chance versus 50 Alfred Collins and 50 CJ West. Probably. It depends. Exactly, Stork. That's Stork in the house. That's a good point to make. Like, if you told me 100 kickers versus a gorilla, I'm going to take the gorilla. But if you told me like 50 Trent Williams and 50 Penei Sewells, I'm confident the gorilla's going to lose. So it depends upon who the 100 men are. Then I'll believe it. But I'm not going to say straight up just like every average man is going to do that. I don't see that. Oh, you see Shamar Stewart predict his Madden rating? I bet it's probably like a 90. Usually when people predict their Madden rating, it's like they go super high with it. And it's like, dude, you're a rookie. The highest a rookie ever goes, if not a running back, is like 79. So he probably said like 85 or 90. Jake in the house. All right, so Jake, that's right. Spartan Versus in the house. Howdy. Welcome, Howlers. The weight of 100 men would overpower, but that's if he stays in one spot. Then yes. But if he's able to move around and he's got an environment around him, no. If he can move around, because I don't think a gorilla's not going to sit in one spot. You know what I mean? Like a gorilla's not going to sit in one spot. Under the Helmet podcast in the house. Jeffrey, I forgot to give you a shout out. Jeffrey in the house. They keep saying that he was the first round talent. I go, if he was the first round talent, he would have been in the first round regardless. Yeah, I don't think he was a first round talent. I thought he was like a second round talent. So for him to fall to 5 is kind of crazy though. You still got good value at the 5th round for that guy. I just don't think that if you're going to draft 2 rookie quarterbacks so close 3rd and 5th round like that, you should have done that. I think that's kind of weird. I wouldn't have done that. Fantastic, man. How are you? I don't know. I just get tired of them saying he was our first round talent. If he was, he would have went in the 1st round. It's Tua at best. I mean, Tua's not bad. I mean, technically Tua is like a late 1st round kind of type talent. Like he's still like Tua. I don't think is the greatest, but he is like he's a mid quarterback. He's like top 15, like somewhere around there for sure. So, that's actually not bad. I mean, that's still about a late round pick for sure. Late 1st round pick. And if people want to praise a prospect like that, I mean, he could turn out to be great, right? Trust me, it could be worse on the other side of the coin. I'd much rather people be significantly positive about a prospect, even if I'm not as positive a prospect, like Jordan James, right? I'm not high on Jordan James for the 49ers, but I know some 49ers fans are. I particularly would much rather people be high on Jordan James than hear people shit talk a prospect all the freaking fracking time. Right. So on the bright side, at least you have, because what if he succeeds, man? What if he's really good and he turns out to be a great talent for your team, wins you some games, takes you to the playoffs? Then, their right to brag works out. It's just like I don't know. I'd much rather my fan base to pour water in the cup than leave the cup empty without water. You know what I mean? So it's like it could be worse. But stick with your team. KK917B sounds like a Star Wars droid. May the Force be with you. May the 4th be with you, because it is because technically it's like a Star Wars holiday thing happening right now. So, hey, will you be willing to give us Brandon Ayuk and Brock Purdy for Greg Newsome in a 1st round for a 1st, 2nd, and 4th round pick? No, absolutely not. We need our quarterback, and Brandon Ayuk contract is too much. Can't get out from under it. I like Greg Newsome. That first and second, fourth round pick are pretty good, but Brock Purdy, no, I'm good. I'm good. He predicted it would be a 65. Hey, I like that. That's honest. That's honest. It's an honest opinion. That's an honest opinion, right? I predict to be about 65. I think he's about 65 as well. 50 Myles Garrett's and 50 prime Ray Lewis's will destroy the Gorilla easily. No chance. Oh, why did I? Okay, yeah, Ray Lewis for sure. 50 game Myles Garrett's would do it. For some reason, I thought Ray Lewis as in Ray Rice. I don't know. I was like, that's random, but Ray Lewis, not Ray Rice. Sorry. Different Ray for sure. Raider Ryder in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. 100 midgets would beat a. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. No. Nah, dude. No way, dude. I just imagine that as absolutely hilarious. But absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think that's close. I feel you guys had a pretty good draft this year. I feel you guys got a B. I'll take a B. I think it was like a B plus. But if you want to say B, I'll accept it. I like the B grade for sure. I mean, there was some weird moments, like some weird reaches, but I like the players we reached for. And, that deserves a good grade, I think. So I'm all for that. I think I'll take the B. Appreciate it. And we're showing some love. That's what I like to see. What are your thoughts on your draft? Oh, let me drink. I thought it was pretty good, actually. I really actually enjoyed it. I think that some people grade it like a D or a C, like minus or whatever, which I don't think is fair. But if you want to be critical on the draft itself and say it was a C, fine, I guess, if you want to be super critical. Because they did reach for players, and they could have traded back and still got some of these players. They didn't dress offensive line the way they should have. The offensive lineman they got in the 7th round felt like a and I'm not trying to give the front office shit for this, but it just felt like a pity pick for the fans where it's like, hey, we got an offensive lineman. That's what it kind of felt like. And I didn't like the running back at 147, which was the Debo pick, by the way. I didn't like that pick at all. I thought there was better running backs on the board, such as DJ Giddens, or you could have got Elijah Roberts, and he got taken. There was moments in it that I did not like, but like we reached for Nick Martin, but I do actually like Nick Martin's tape and his potential there. So I do like that. Upton Stout, I do like his tape, but again, it was another reach. So it's like we reached for a few players, one or two picks. One pick I didn't like in particular, and then we didn't address a need that we should have addressed in at least the 5th round, which was offensive line, right? So there's some issues with it. There's some things I did not like about it. But if you asked me, like, for the most part, if I liked it, I did. I like Mikael Williams. People said it's a reach, which I don't understand because, he's projected to go somewhere like at 19 or like 20 or 21. And if you got him at 11, to me, that's not much of a reach because your next pick is at 43. The 49ers pick is at 43. So you got him at like 19, 20, 21. And it was someone they believed in that they were willing to trade up for. I think the 11th spot for Mikael Williams is great. Alfred Collins, he was the best available D tackle at that time. And I love the fact they did that. He was the best available D tackle. Because TJ Sanders got off the board, Talik Williams fell off the board. The top 3 D tackles fell off the board, Derek Harmon, Grant, and Walter Nolan all were off the board. So the 49ers went out and got the next best one, which was Alfred Collins, the next best thing. And so they used that 43rd pick wisely, I thought. So I like that pick. I thought that pick was an A. The Nick Martin one, like I said, I thought that was a bit of a reach. I think I gave it like a B plus or a B just because of the reach aspect of it, and you still could have got it. Even if you didn't want picks this year, you could have got picks next year and moved back like 15 spots and still got a guy like Nick Martin. So I didn't like it for that reason. Same thing with Upton Stout. Apply the same thing to Upton Stout to Nick Martin. CJ West was A+++. That was probably their best value, best situation, best all of it. Like that is their best pick in this draft was without a doubt CJ West, like bar none. Their next pick was a wide receiver. I like the wide receiver. Like, I truly do. If you go watch his tape, it truly seems like when you watch him play, it looks like he's running 49ers routes. And that's what I like to see. The way he's running between the numbers and the way he's running routes. If I didn't know any better, I thought it was Brandon Ayuk out there. And I'm not saying he runs routes like Brandon Ayuk. I'm saying like in the offense wise, it looked like a 49ers offense, the way he was running routes and the ball was heading towards him. I like his speed. I like his potential. I like he's also a special teamer. I'm actually low-key a big fan of Jordan Watkins, but the only thing I wish that happened was offensive line between 138 and 160. One of those three picks needed to be an offensive lineman. But Jordan Watkins, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it because I liked what I saw. Jordan James at 147 was absolutely terrible. I know there's some people out there that love Jordan James. They're a big fan of Jordan James, which I respect. That's fine. But just me personally, I did not like that pick at all. That was my least favorite pick in this draft, like easily. The safety we got, Miguel Sigel, I love that safety. He's super athletic, has huge upside, has great production in college. He could play safety. He could play strong safety, free safety. He can do it all. He's a really good safety, and I just think that he has a high ceiling, and we got him at 160. I think that was really good value. Then we fell all the way down to the 7th round and got Rourke. When we first got Rourke, when I first saw it, I absolutely hated it. I hated that pick with a passion. I was like, we got a quarterback. I understand 7th round, but Jesus, give us an offensive lineman. Give us another D tackle. Give us anything other than a 3rd, 4th quarterback, man. And I went back and watched his tape. He was playing on a torn ACL last year. I kind of warmed up to it. I actually do like the Rourke pick. I do like what his potential. He does look like he'll be a legit, at least backup in this league, based on the film I saw and his production. Like, he looked really good. I liked what I saw from Rourke. 6'5", toughness is incredible. I like the way he throws the ball. I like the way he throws the ball on the run despite his ACLs torn. There's so much to love about that player that for a 7th round pick, I kind of like it. The Colby one, Connor Colby, I think, I feel like that's an A because it is an offensive lineman. But again, it felt like a pity pick. It felt like here's a offensive lineman for you. You 49ers fans keep crying about offensive line, so here's a 7th round offensive lineman. That's what it kind of felt like. But regardless, it's still an A pick because it is an offensive lineman, right? The next one, Burgeon, the last one. I like Burgeon. At first, I was like, who the is that? I was like, this guy's trash. I looked at his stats and production. I looked at his film. I was like, this guy sucks. But then when I saw what he does on punt returns and kick returns, I think he has like 8 punt returns, which broke like the FCS record in college or something like that. There you go. That's what made that pick an A, was the fact that we needed a kick returner. We needed a punt returner, like, desperately. This guy is a pure kick returner, punt returner. Super good. And I think with that 252, get a guy like that where you just expect him to be that guy, I love it. Addressed a major need. So that pick, I turned from like a whatever to okay, that's a pick because it addressed a major need at 252. So I gave the draft, I gave the 49ers a B+. B+. Could have been better. Could be a lot worse. You can get 100 military guys that can take down that gorilla. Yeah, I guess something like that. I mean, it depends on the military guys. Like, are they just going to the military? What about 100 Eddie Halls versus a gorilla? Eddie Hall wins for sure. Maybe 100 Max Crosby's will beat a gorilla. Yes, I think so too. It really matters. It really matters who the 100 men are. But if you told me 100 average men, I don't think so. I just don't know what needs you needed to fill. It was D tackle was number 1. You could argue it was like 2A, 2B with guard or D end, but it was definitely D tackle, D end, guard. And then after that, it was kind of like luxury picks. Like those were like the major needs. After that, yeah, you kind of do need another linebacker. We kind of needed another linebacker, but like, you know, we still had Bethune and Winters and stuff. So like they still technically filled a role there. Cornerback wise, yeah, you'd like a third corner, which we got one, but you did sign a couple guys who have potential. Safety wise, I mean, maybe you could argue safety now that we know that Malik Mustafa tore his ACL. But at the time, it was more like a luxury thing at the time. Running back, same thing, luxury. The third tight end, you kind of needed it, but it wasn't like desperate. And wide receiver. So really it was like the needs that they absolutely needed to fill was D tackle, D end, and guard. That was like their major thing was the trenches. Even when now we're just disrespecting the gorilla. Okay, now we're just disrespecting the gorilla. Rourke was weird, but I like his potential, man. I like his upside. I think he's got something there. Somehow we let Ravens get Mike Green. He's got some attitude issues, man. He's got some attitude issues. That's why he fell, for sure. Those sexual allegations, made him fall. And the 49ers couldn't afford something like that, right? But because the 49ers have spent their tickets on attitude, people with history kind of type players, tickets way too much. So at worst, all of our D-line picks became really good rotational players. Yeah, at worst, for sure, I would say that. But I could see both these players being day one starters, even Mikael Williams day one starters. I really can. I think they got day one starters off the bat. The Browns can day just because of the draft picks they got from Jacksonville. I'd say I made a video on it. I didn't really like you guys' draft. I thought you guys did nail the first round pick. I thought trading back in a first round pick next year, getting a third and all of that, I thought that was great. But what you did with those picks that you got in return outside of that first round pick, I did not like. I did not like the fact that you got the linebacker at 33, the running back at 36. Then you got a tight end, which I like that tight end. I give you an A for that, even though you have Njoku. But then you got another running back for some reason. And then you got two quarterbacks from a third to a fifth rounder. That whole thing was funky, and I did not like it. I gave you guys' draft, I think, like I don't remember what grade I gave it. I think I gave it like a C something. I think I gave it like a C minus. I don't remember. I think I gave it a C. So I think I gave it like a C something for sure. I'm really hope Sigil works out. I think he could be great. I think so too, man. I think so too. I think he's another fifth round gem the 49ers found for sure. You agree on Jordan? See, I mean, it's just something about Jordan, dude. I don't like it, dude. I don't like it. They'll never fix the O-line. Brandel's the worst center in the NFL. They fixed the D-line. They did do that. So the final round was bad. I disagree. I definitely disagree with that. Thoughts on signing Blackman to serve as a free safety? Asking Marquise Signal to start right away might be too much, and Blackman's good when healthy. I like the idea of it. I mean, bring in whatever safety you can with Mustafa being out. I'm all for it. I like Blackman. I like his potential. I wonder how old is Blackman, Julian Blackman. Let me check. He's 26 years old. What was his 40? He ran a 4.45, so I wouldn't hate it. I would not hate it. I know he had a crazy good year. He had one crazy good year, then after that he kind of fell off. So I wouldn't mind it. I would not hate it. And you are right. Like asking a fifth round rookie to start week one is a lot on his table, right? But we'll see, man. But I'm all for it. Bring in any kind of bring in anyone, really, to be honest with you. I hate to sound like like I'm working on the corner with my spare change, stuff like that. I hate to sound like that, but like if you got positions of need and there's some out there with like Brandon Scherf, who's a guard, he's available right now. I think you should bring him in workout. Julian Blackman would be a good option. I think Stephon Gilmore is still out there. I wouldn't mind bringing him for a workout. Chubb, I wouldn't mind bringing in Chubb because I know he's out there bringing it for. I think the 49ers should do more due diligence and bring in a lot more players for a workout and see if they can, see if they would benefit the team or whatever. Because at worst, like what, there'll be depth, right? Let's say the 49ers like Sigel, you could have Blackman as your true depth free safety, right? So I do agree. I like the idea of Julian Blackman at free safety, but I think they should do that with a lot more positions. I think they should do that with guard. I think they should do that with all kinds of positions because there's still some good players out there in the free agent market right now. There's still some good players. I think he could be a good backup. I think he's got good backup position. Papa J, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button already. Just smack it. Just beat the crap out of it. Too many reaches on receivers. I disagree. I love the receivers that we got. I disagree with that. 3 punt return house calls on 10 punt return snaps. That's pretty good. That's really good. I'll take it. Jordan Mason was a terrible pick. They're undrafted free agent. I'll beat out that player. Joe Boyd, I need you to say something, one positive thing, brother. You got to say one positive thing. What's one positive thing you liked about this draft? I know you can do it. 49ers drafted a punt returner once. I know what you're talking about. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. We didn't draft Kyle Williams. We didn't draft Kyle Williams. We could have signed Junior Baconberger as who? Who's Junior Baconberger? Is that a real player? Oh my God. They had a great draft last year, so I don't know how that works. If they don't know how to draft, then they got severely lucky. Because they drafted Kittle, they drafted Warner, they've drafted Pooney, they drafted Brock Purdy, they've drafted Isaac Guerrero, they drafted Brandon Ayuk, they drafted Juwan Jennings, they drafted George Kittle, they drafted Lenore, they drafted Green, they drafted Mustafa. So I don't know. I think they do pretty good. I disagree with that. 50 Papa J and 50 me will easily. No way, dude. No hate. No shame. No hate towards my man Papa J. But absolutely not. How faith do you have in Winters this coming season? He's a backup Fred. I feel like I just feel like that's how it is. He's just a backup Fred. 75 average. Absolutely not. I'm tired of the men glazing. People are glazing men all over social media. All over social media, people are just glazing men. Like all the time. Every scroll on social media, glazing. Men, oh my God. Come on. But I'll watch 50 of you do all that work because one of me ain't going to cut it. Dude, I would get my ass beat, man. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'd be able to take on a gorilla, dude. Without a doubt, dude. Yeah, I hate Forrester too, man. I'm pretty anti-Forrester. If the 4 picks don't start day one, I'm just not going to lie. Those were all top 10, top 100 picks. That doesn't happen all the time. I would say if you do expect Mikael Williams to because he is your 11th pick, and they were willing to trade up for him. So you expect him to start. Alfred Collins, I expect him to start for sure. Nick Martin, believe it or not, I wouldn't say so. And Upton Stout, maybe. And CJ, I would say day one starters. I would say more like Alfred Collins, Mikael Williams, and CJ West. And if you want to count the kick returner, punt returner, Burgeon or whatever as a starter, there's one that I want right there too. My issue with Black. I read that wrong. I was like, "What's your?" Yeah, Blackman. I got you. I was like, dude, don't be racist in my comments. This team is not serious until the offensive line is upgraded. I disagree, man. It's not always going to be perfect. Simmons would be a better option. I do like Simmons. A 1-year option would be would be dope. I wouldn't mind Simmons for a 1-year option. Simmons for a 1-year option would be dope. Free safeties don't need to be humongous. Their job isn't to truck people. Simmons also is older and had a below average season. Yeah, he was with the Falcons, though. The Falcons. If Robert Saleh, if we get – honestly, it's a in Robert Saleh we trust kind of type thing. You know, that's really what it is. If they – whatever player they bring in, I'm going to trust Robert Saleh. That's really what it is, like down to the day. That's down to the nitty-gritty. That's really what it is. I just think that Robert Saleh, I trust Robert Saleh a lot. That's pretty much what I do. Chubb's a very tricky option, but I don't think CNC would let him play. I don't think so either, dude. Like, I don't think Chubb is an option either. I think it would be too much money. It wouldn't work out. He'd want to start day one, and it wouldn't work out 110%. It was more like a fun little thing to bring up. I was making a reference to Junior Bergen, by the way, when I called him Bacon Burger. Oh, got you. I want the team to be successful, but Kyle does not care about what fans want every year. They neglect the O-line. I disagree, man. They did a lot with 49. I think they did a lot of what the fans want today. They addressed the D-line, which is something fans wanted, D-tackle and D-end, right? They wanted to get another linebacker. They got us a linebacker. Fans wanted a safety. We got a free safety there, right? Fans wanted Robert Saleh. They went out and got Robert Saleh. Fans wanted Brant Boyer. Went out and got Brant Boyer. Fans wanted to fire Brad Schneider. They fired Brad Schneider. They wanted to fire Nick Sorensen. They fired Nick Sorensen. I strongly disagree. They wanted to sign fans wanted the 49ers to sign a George Kittle to a long-term extension. They did that. So I disagree. Junior Bergen. Junior Bacon Burger. Junior Bacon Burger. That's absolutely hilarious. What are your thoughts on Cam Miller and Tommy Mellott? We picked up Miller as a QB and Tommy as a wide receiver switchblade. I really honestly can't give you an assessment on that. I think I just saw highlights of Mellott. I don't know. I really don't know much about him, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't know much about Miller and Mellott. Not gonna lie, but if you're gonna use him as a switchblade, then I guess what is he? And then what you're telling me he's gonna be like a what's that dude's name from the Saints? I can't think of the dude from the Saints, but like, is that what you're talking about? You're using him like that? Max Jones could take over. That I could see that happen. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely. When we signed Mac Jones, dude, I was losing my freaking fracking mind, dude. I was losing my freaking fracking mind, dude. Do not want that. Do not put that. Jeffrey, don't put that energy out there, man. Don't put that energy out there, man. Nick Chubb has shown that he could jump and everything, but there has been any videos of him running and cutting, so that's concerned. That's true. That's a good point. Brady Cook, he would be interesting to pick up and move to receiver because he had a really good 40 time. Oh, did he? I thought a lot of some fans actually liked Brady Cook. Is he not on a roster? I thought he was on a roster. Oh yeah, he's with the Jets. He got signed to the Jets. Brady Cook got signed to the Jets. I thought he went somewhere. I know some 49ers fans actually like Brady Cook too. He ran a 4.59. 4.59. But what's wrong with Mac Jones? I thought he had a rookie year. Hey, man, he had a rookie year, that's for sure. He had a good rookie year, man, but I'm not. I want my Brock Purdy. I want my Brock Purdy. I want my Glock Purdy. That's what I want, man. I like Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones is a terrible quarterback. I don't think he's the worst quarterback. I do think he's a quarterback who's like I think personally he's like a back-end starting quarterback. I think he could be like a 30, 31, or 32 starting quarterback. So I do think he's a good backup. But I'd much rather have Brock Purdy out there paying him his money. And my only problem with Mac Jones being on the roster is conversations like that where everyone's going to just be like, go with Mac Jones. Go with Mac Jones. He's cheaper. Do that. And it's just, oh, Brock Purdy had a bad game, so go with Mac Jones. And it's just like this. There's going to be this whole, conversation and confliction all the time about how Mac Jones started with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy had one bad game, or if Brock Purdy doesn't sign at a certain point, people are going to talk about saying Mac Jones is going to be the starter, and that's the only thing. Like the drama that comes with him being on the team, I don't like that. Exactly, Papa. Exactly. Brock Purdy and Mac Jones are pretty much the same. Oh my God. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just because they're two white guys that don't look that athletic, man. Brock Purdy's more athletic. I'll give you that. I'll definitely say that, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm hoping for 12 personnel next year now that we got Pharrell and Dwelley back. I think it could be very effective. I like the Dwelley signing. I really do. I think Dwelley being here, you needed that backup. You really needed that backup tight end that was going to you needed that backup tight end just in case Kittle gets hurt. You have that receiving threat. And Dwelley is a good receiving threat. Like, he could do some good receiving things. He's just not a blocking tight end. So you have that just in case. So I do like the Dwelley signing. Luke Farrell being the blocking tight end as well. I really do like the Dwelley. I like that combination of Dwelley being back. I like the combination of Farrell being there, Kittle. Us signing Dwelley, I thought it was a W. I really think it solidified the 2025 tight end room pretty well. I do like it. I thought it was an upgrade for sure. So I mean, as I'm a big fan of that signing, and I do think that that was a W signing. That's something he's familiar with the scheme as well. He's familiar with the culture. I'm a big fan of Ross Dwelley signing. I think that was a W, a good move for them. I don't think they should stop there, though. I like Juan said, maybe we should go after Blackman, or maybe we should go after like a guard like Scherf, or something like that. I don't think they should stop. I think they should keep going. But I do like the start of that. They're not stopping, upgrading the positions by getting Ross Dwelley. I do like that a lot. So they both have weaker arms. They're good too short in the middle of the field passes, and they both have a little bit of accuracy issues. They are the same. Brock Purdy does not have accuracy issues. That's crazy. That's actually wild. Brock Purdy's better at anticipation. Brock Purdy is better at reading defenses. Brock Purdy has way better accuracy. Brock Purdy's way more athletic than Mac Jones is. Like everything, like Mac Jones, you could say is like a discount Brock Purdy, is what you could say. Brock Purdy's good at the deep ball too. That's another thing I understand when people say that Brock Purdy can't throw the deep ball. Brock Purdy in 2023 was first in deep ball passes, like completions. He was first in those. He's first in go route passes, deep passes, go route deep passes. He's first in that. So it's just I don't understand this thing where he only does short passes and intermediate passes. No. Brock Purdy also does deep passes too. It's just that people are knocking him for this weak arm thing when Tom Brady, weak arm, Peyton Manning, weak arm, Joe Montana, weak arm, and yet somehow they made it work. So the weak arm thing comparison is ridiculous because it's kind of like you could still be a great quarterback even though you have a weak arm if it's a noodle arm, as people say. But no, Brock Purdy is better at everything. Like way better at everything. All right, when it comes, if you want to compare Mac Jones to Brock Purdy, like bar none. I mean, heck, Brock Purdy has a better air yards per attempt than most of the league in 2023. He had a high one in 2024. Like Brock Purdy is way more consistent at that too. I do like Mac Jones, but they're not the same. They're not the same. Brock has better split time, a better football IQ, and in a fight, Brock will kick his ass. I agree. Jeffrey's a Browns fan. Why, if he doesn't know what a great QB? Damn. Hey, Joe Flacco was looking pretty good on the team, right? Joe Flacco's looking at team. But I know there's some 49ers fans out there that like Mac Jones over, there's some 49ers fans out there that think that exact same thing. So it's not like he's saying something wild, as in like he's the only person. Like I'm not gonna throw Jeffrey in the bus saying like he's the only person that's saying this, but I would strongly disagree with that sentiment that they're the same player. Brock is a naturally better leader. Also, yeah, he's just a really good leader too. I agree with that. He's not kicking people in the balls. Chat GPT says 100 men would beat a gorilla. I don't care what Chat GPT says, man. I'm telling you right now, okay, unless Mr. Beast or whatever comes out and says, hey, I got 100 men and then we got one gorilla, dude. We're going to do this. Let's kick some ass. It depends, man. It just depends upon the 100 men. It cannot just be your average 100 men. Okay? If you give the gorilla an environment where he can move around, just no. I don't care what AI says, man. Juan's taking the W. Nah, dude. A gorilla, dude, is going to do like Matrix stuff off walls and just go smack dead, smack dead, smack dead, smack dead. So, no. I'm going to be stubborn as a mofo, dude. I'm standing my ground, guys. You guys can come at me all you like. Pause. I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down. 100 average men cannot beat a gorilla. It depends upon the man. If you told me it was 50 Trent Williams and 50 Penei Sewells, yes. If you told me it was 100 military forces, special forces, yes. But if you told me like 100 kickers or 100 Mac Joneses, 100 dad bods versus a gorilla, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Val in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. I get it. We haven't had good quarterbacks, but I know what a good quarterback play looks like. I'm not stupid. We got you, man. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, you're allowed to have your opinion here, man. It's just that we cherish our quarterback, Brock Purdy, here, brother. We cherish him. We love him. We believe in him. You know, sometimes people don't. So, yeah. 50 Mahomes and a Josh Allen's? No. Like 50 Mahomes. Mahomes has a dad bod. Okay, he's your typical average man with sneaky good athletic ability. Josh Allen, maybe he's a little athletic. Maybe Josh Allen. I don't know about Josh Allen. How built is he? I don't know if he's that built or something like that. He could do it. Maybe he could do that. Maybe Jalen Hurts is. I could see that. 50 Jalen Hurts and like 50 Josh Allen's. Maybe I could see that. Trying to think just like quarterbacks. Lamar, I don't know. I feel like Lamar would do. I know he's too twiggy. And I think Joe Burrow wouldn't do it either. Brock Purdy, absolutely not. Even though he's, Tua, absolutely not. Jalen Milrose, probably. Maybe some Jalen Milrose out there. Because that dude's fit. That dude's really fit. Yeah, I'd say out of quarterbacks, it's probably like the only ones I believe in, really. 100 Guam Mullins would beat a gorilla. That's why there's no gorillas. Jesus Christ, Papa J. Just tuning in, smash that like button. Thanks you, Joe. I appreciate it. Mahomes is the same as Dad Bod. Mahomes is like straight up Dad Bod guy. Okay, he's sneaky athletic. Sure, he goes stand a hit stick tackle from what's his name, Mustafa. I get it, but Mustafa didn't aim for his head. Okay, like I just don't think I don't believe in Mahomes. I don't think he can do it. I like Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders because he's better at throwing with a anticipation, and he has a higher IQ as well. I like Dylan Gabriel. I really do. I actually like him a lot. I didn't do too much. I didn't look at too much film or like reviews on quarterbacks. The only ones I looked at in this draft, honestly, were Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Shedeur Sanders, and Seth Hannigan from Memphis, and Max Brewer. Was it Brewer or Brommer from Minnesota? I only did like 5 quarterbacks, I think. I looked at like 5 quarterbacks. Oh, and Kyle McCord. So 6 quarterbacks. I only looked at like 6 quarterbacks. But from what I saw from Dylan Gabriel, like the little bit I did see from him, because I did watch some of his highlights and stuff like that, I liked what I saw. I think he's got potential. Like, I do like Dylan Gabriel. I really do. I actually do. I do like him. 50 Kyle Williams would beat Gorilla? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You only need one Josh Allen and a baseball. He can throw that baseball so hard it would go through that Gorilla. 100 Mike Tyson's. How old? Are we talking about older version of Mike Tyson? Because if you're talking about older version of Mike Tyson, I don't see it. That I don't see, man. I saw that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. I'm telling you right now, absolutely not. But prime, yeah, without doubt, dude. You only need like 10 of those. Or that they can create tactics and create to exploit those weaknesses. And what I'm trying to say is like, okay, and a gorilla is not going to sit in one spot, right? Like if it sees 100 men charging itself, it's going to go in defense mode and going to put itself in a position to succeed, right? It's gonna jump on walls, it's gonna go on trees and jump on dudes' domes and jump over those guys and stuff. I understand they're not like supernatural beings. I understand they're not like, I understand that they're not like, the Hulk, or King Kong or anything. But I'm telling you right now, a gorilla, if you had 100 just basic ass men, basic ass average men, all right? And you had average men coordinate with each other? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But if you had the right 100 guys, you could do it. But I just don't think – I think a gorilla would know not to stay in one spot, right? Not allow itself to get surrounded. You know what I mean? There's no weapons. It's all hand-to-hand combat. No weapons. No baseballs. No baseballs. I don't know, dude, because it's just – the gorilla's just got to go like that, dude. So simple. Like, I don't – all right. If a gorilla with half its strength, half effort, slapped you in the face, you will get knocked out. You could potentially die from just a basic bitch slap. Just a basic bitch slap knocks you out. So and you just got to do that 100 times. I'm standing my ground, man. Standing my ground. 50 poses would be a gorilla. Maybe. I'm thinking the IQ is very important in the fight. Average men IQ. And if like what do you think they're doing, man? Like if you told me, like, do you think like I'm trying to think like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. An average man coordinating. I just 100 Mike Tyson's depends if old or new. If it's the not new, if it's a prime Mike Tyson's 110%. I'll be on board. Coordinating the guys can beat a gorilla. Depends, man. Average men coordinating stuff. I don't know. I've seen average men coordinate moving stuff inside of the house before, man. They struggle. I don't know. CG in the house. Good to see you. 10 minutes. Dude, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why I stopped the live video of. That's why I stopped the game where I was like 10 NFL players times them by 10 each player video, because there's actually a lot of people that don't believe that basic. Like they think kickers could beat a 100 kickers could beat one gorilla. Absolutely not. So I stopped doing that game, but I tell you what. I was showing some love. That's why I see. Like, is it the smartest fly of all time? That fly can go inside his nose, inside its ear, and then eat its brains. I mean, it would have to be something like that. One wolf would beat I would die. I would like literally, dude. I would die. Right? I would defecate and die. I would die. Not even 100 Jake Barrels would beat a gorilla. He'd be watching himself get destroyed to pieces. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. I agree with that. Chuck Norris could beat 2 trillion. Exactly. See, if you're saying Chuck Norris now, that's different. Now you're whipping out Chuck Norris. Take it easy on Brendel. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I hate Brendel, dude. I'm with the Brendel hate. If you want to hate on Brendel, man, go for it. I'll never stop you. That dude, okay, look. One of the reasons why I have like no reserves for the hate of Brendel is because that man is just collecting $1 million check, right? He's collecting like $5 million every single year, okay, to be shitty and help my team lose every single year. He's helping my team lose every year. He's getting special love from Chris Forrester, Kyle Shannon. He's being protected by them, you know. So I'm not going to sit here and, you know, hold people back from talking shit about Brendel. Okay, he makes my teams worse. All right, he's getting paid millions of dollars to be on the roster. He's protected by the front office. Go nuts. However you want to talk shit about him, go for it. What? It can't. No, that's not true. 100 ants. Not going to do it. 100 ants? No. Okay. 100 cats? No. Okay. 100 kittens? No. Absolutely not. 100 worms? Come on. If you ran to select 100 men, there's bound to be a guy with above average intelligence in there. You would hope. Because you could get from like one. Like you could have some serious bad luck. How many Jake Brendels would it take to beat a gorilla? Like realistically, like a realistic aspect of things. I mean, I recently seen him work out. 125. You know, like 125 would do it. Like 125. That's a good number. One Jesus would, in my opinion. You probably close CG for sure. Brock is better than Mac Jones. 110%. Hey, there we go, Joe Boyd. Hey, there you go, Joe Boyd. There you go, baby. 100 kickers would 100% beat a gorilla. You've seen Kenneth Andres. He's built. Absolutely not. I'm not saying it. Let me see. Kenneth, what was it? Kenneth Almendarez? Kenneth Almendarez. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Is that a kicker? That doesn't look like him. Hold on. Show me different photos of different dudes. That guy's chunky, dude. That guy ain't doing shit. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless it's this guy. Unless it's this guy, then yes, I would say so. Matt Jones stinks. CJ Rulis, all that means is Papa Pimp. I'd rather fight a gorilla than a bear. I mean, either way, you're dead. I mean, I would rather fight a bear. I mean, I'd rather fight a bear. Yeah, I think I'd rather fight a bear. Who would you guys rather fight? Would you guys rather fight a bear or a gorilla? I'd much rather fight a bear. Because a bear, yes, super, like, no matter what, I'm dying, okay? It doesn't matter which one. Like, I'm dead, like 110%. But with that, like 0.0000000000000000001% chance that I win, I'm punching that bear in the snout. Like, in the snout, dude. In the snout. Because that's its weakness, is the snout. Just hope for the best, man. Just hope for the best. A bear is a different beast, especially a polar bear. Steve Blackman was considered a legit tough guy. He could use his body as a weapon. Just like, take my body. Just throws his body at him. So, Almenders is the kicker. The 49ers invited to compete with Mooney. Oh, did he? Oh, shit, guys. Hey! That's news, one. I was actually curious about the kick competition. Not gonna lie to you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's like sea bass body weight. CG, I'm proud of you getting flagged by Cone. It's a badge of honor. Bear has nasty claws. My friend, good afternoon. Are coming from Chicago, diehard 49er fan. Did you hear me, my friend? Oh, hello. I just connected to your show. Talk to me right now. What? What the hell? Is Rick Diaz, are you a bot, my man? You a bot? That was like the most bot thing I've ever seen, my man. That was some pretty bot stuff there. All right. 57 minutes in. 100 men would not beat a polar bear. Those things are so much stronger than a gorilla. I mean, if I don't, I mean, let's say a polar bear is better than a gorilla. Like, I would have to think about that. Let's say it's true. Then I obviously think that 100 men could not beat a polar bear. If I don't think 100 men an average man could beat a gorilla, and let's say a polar bear is better than a gorilla, then I agree with you. I agree. I have to agree. Again, it depends upon the environment. Depends upon the situation. One Tigers versus a gorilla, 110% the tiger, dude. 110% the tiger. All right, so real quick, let's get to some of these subjects here. 49er subjects that I brought up. Load. Thank you. Pah! All right, so apparently, someone brought up the idea of surprising name floated as potential 49ers trade candidate, which is obviously Isaac Guerendo, which you see on the screen here. Let's go ahead and read this real quick. I just found this kind of interesting. I was like, absolutely not. This is not happening. All right, and the reasoning is kind of stupid. Sterling XE of Pro Football and Sports Network, definitely a reliable source, offers surprising answer while naming one trade or cut candidate for each NFL team. So he has to trade. So in this exercise, because that's what it is, he has to cut or trade somebody, and he obviously chose Isaac Guerendo. If you're in a have to cut somebody, trade or cut somebody, I don't know if I would choose Isaac Guerendo upon that list. I mean, if you're saying, like, realistically speaking, if you're thinking like obviously I would say Jake Brendel, right? Because that's what I want to happen, but that's not going to happen. But if you're like surprise cuts that you wouldn't see coming realistically, I would not think they would move on from Isaac Guerendo like at all. I mean, like Bethune, maybe. I could see Bethune. a corner of some kind, like one of the back end corners we drafted. I don't think Isaac Guerrero would be on this list. I mean, I don't think they can afford to trade or cut anyone that's surprising, to be honest with you. I really don't think there's anyone that you can. Again, this is an exercise this guy did that he had to trade or cut somebody. So I guess I could see where he's coming from in this exercise, but this is definitely not happening. The San Francisco 49ers can never resist an enticing mid-round running back prospect. Last year, Isaac Guerrero was the target, but he might already be old news. What? Dude, he screams a Shanahan running back. He screams, I love this guy. I'm keeping him on the roster. He screams that. The Niners drafted bruising Oregon back Jordan James in the 5th round. Boo! A solid value for a player some felt could go on day 2. What? Who thought Jordan James was going to go in day 2? I never seen that. Subsequently, San Francisco signed PFSN's top running UDFA running back Cincinnati, Corey Kiner. I don't care. Like, Isaac Guerrero is not going to be cut. This is actually really stupid. Like, it sounds like I see why he's saying this, because he has to choose somebody. He has to pick someone to cut or trade. So I understand that aspect of it. But what he is saying in his quote, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. Kyle Shanahan likes having 4 running backs on the roster that he loves, right? We all know that. You guys know that. I know that. So him drafting a running back, getting an undrafted one while he has 2 that he likes already is like no shocker to a real 49ers fan. So we know what he can do. Kiner is intriguing not only because of his pre-draft rank, but also because of his experience in Bearcats' zone running scheme. That should make him a solid fit for Shanahan's offense and give Kiner a better chance of making the final roster than most undrafted rookies. With 2 locks, Christian McCaffrey and James, there are likely one couple spots left in the back. Honestly, I disagree. I think Isaac Guerrero solidified a spot on this roster last year. He has a clutch trait. Isaac Guerrero looks really good in the passing game. He could do things that I would trust a lot more than Jordan James would. So I would say Isaac Guerrero is more of a lock than Jordan James is. Like, if you ask me, I would say Jordan James is less like Kiner. Kiner is less of a lock than Isaac Guerrero is. So to say that is, I disagree. I think, all right. So this is what he said here. Guerrero should still be viewed as a favorite to earn one of the spots. That's true. Still, it's interesting the 49ers added a pair of rookies known for their divisive running styles. For all his physical gifts, Guerrero's tendency to dance was frustrating at times, as he was an extremely boom or bust option in a small sample of carries. His athleticism should carry the day if he's improved his decisiveness this offseason. But the 49ers have so often Shanahan doesn't trust Guerrero with running back 2 role. Shanahan loves his players with experience. Right now, he has 2 players that has experience starting for his team. He's not cutting Isaac Guerrero. You and I both know he loves his experienced players. Isaac Guerrero's not going anywhere. CMC's not going anywhere. The rest, if anything, are a lot more cuttable. Kyle Shanahan loves experienced players, and he's only got 2 experienced running backs right now. Well, I guess Patrick Taylor and Abby Conda, but they're not the level of those 2 players, right? So, absolutely not. I think he should. I think he probably should have picked a different player. So, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. So, I disagree. I disagree with that. I can't think of one on top of my head that I would rather pick. But, yeah, I can't. I would pick something else. Like Tanner Mordecai. I'd rather cut Tanner Mordecai. So, not Sterling Bennett. No, it's like he's just an analyst for a site. Fox site. We have way too many DBs now. We do. We have like 8 or 9, like 10 or something like that. We have a lot. DBs though. Now you're counting safeties. We got like 12 or 13. We have like 13 or 14 DBs. We got a lot. We'd love to see a Wolfie and Sterling Bennett show. I didn't know he was a content creator. Also off topic, kind of, but the media has been hating lately from the guys on TV. That Dolphins guy to Grossi, nobody thinks the Niners will be good this year. Hating lately from the guys on TV to that Dolphins guy. Tyler something. Sometimes I react to his videos. I forget the name of his content. It was Tyler, yeah. And Grossi. Yeah, but like I like Grossi a lot too, man, but I think he just looks at the surface level of some things. Like I said, man, you can't – it's almost damn near impossible to keep up with all 32 teams, their needs, and knowing the ins and outs of a certain team and things of that nature, right? What he sees on a surface level is a team that was 6'11", that no longer has a D-line and now has rookie D-line, right? He probably doesn't believe in Brock Purdy like we do. So – there's certain aspects on a surface level where I can see where he's coming from. But yeah, a lot of people are going to, people will have written off Christian McCaffrey already. Like I've seen top 10 running backs in the NFL today where Christian McCaffrey's not on that list. You have one bad year, you're off a list. Everyone's doubting you and stuff like that. 49ers are just going to have to prove everyone wrong. And that's what's going to have to happen. So I am not surprised that Grossi doesn't think the 49ers will be good. I'm without a doubt not surprised. Agree, Wolfie. You don't just cut 4.3 speed, especially after flash screen. That's another one, 4.3 speed. Like Kyle Shanahan loves the speed guys, dude. You got an experienced speed guy who can do things in the passing game. It's just not happening, dude. That's definitely not happening. I think he would cut Jordan James before he would cut Isaac Grando, like without a doubt. So. One of my comments just randomly disappeared. Oh shit. What was the comment? But anyway, I would cut Richie Grant and Sirian Neal. I like Richie Grant. I like a potential there. I want to see. I need to see these players first. Like I honestly do. Like there's some players out there that I believe in that I like. But let's wait until training camp and stuff like that to really kind of go with the cuts. But there's some of these players, I like their potential. I think they could be good. Sterling Bennett, isn't that the former quarterback guy? If you want to, and it's fine. I have no idea who that is. How is it Christian McCaffrey in the top 10 running backs? That makes no sense. People say it, man. They think it's because he has the bilateral injury and the a sprain or whatever. Technically, it's torn, but yes, whatever. Apparently, that makes him like a worse running back, and people have forgotten about him. Don't think he's a top 10 running back. So it's just there's a lot of hate right now from like people outside looking in compared to 49ers fans, stuff like that. They don't believe in Christian McCaffrey anymore. They don't think he's a top 10 running back in this league anymore because last year he had that bilateral injury. And even though like the year before that, he had an offensive rookie of the year performance. So he's getting a lot of hate. A lot of 49ers, like the 49ers in general, were down bad last year. So everyone's kind of like taking advantage of it. They're jumping on the train while they can. But the 49ers have a big opportunity to do some funny ass shit, right? They have a really good opportunity here to prove a lot of people wrong. They truly do. And I think they did a lot of good things to potentially do that. They got a good defensive coordinator. They got they had a really good draft, a B plus draft. They're signing their players, so there's no drama on the offseason. They have an easy schedule coming up. There's a lot. CMC is fully healthy. There's a lot to look forward to and a lot to set up for this 49ers team to succeed. Well, it's just going to be a waiting game. Teams, 49ers haters, people who are on the outside looking in are going to hate, doubt us, stuff like that. But we see what the 49ers are cooking. We see it. Falcons fans were rising to hate Richie Grant, and dude has atrocious stats. Hey, last year he did, but here's the thing, man. The year before that, he was good. the year before that and the year before that, he was good, man. He had bad stats last year because, what was it? Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons were the safety at the time. I believe in Grant. I like Grant. Richie Grant. I can outrate 5. And Jeffrey respects CMC. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. I can't. I think Chris McCaffrey is a top 5 running back too. I agree with that. I gotta be honest though. Rather the media hate the Niners to show them love. Then if we turn out to be good, we could shock the league and we could talk a lot of shit. Like every time we win or someone performs or whatever, you could be like, we beat you. And it's gonna hurt them a lot more. This reminds me when people hate on the Bills last offseason. They went 13-4. They did. I was one of them, man. I was one of them. That's what I mean. That's what I mean when you're like when I grade these drafts, like when I grade the Browns or, the Dolphins and stuff I grade their drafts. I do get an honest assessment of what I think of what they did and what I think they did. I'll be honest there. But if a Dolphins fan said, hey, we needed this, I like this more, and I give it a better grade, I think somebody should take their word for it more so than mine because they're more familiar with their team than me, right? But I do my best. I try to give the best assessment, give my grades out. People like to hear it, so I get it out there. But I think a Dolphins fan would know more about their team than I would, right? It's the same thing with like Bills fans last year were like, hey, we did this. Our team is going to be better, and they were right? Like, look at what they did. Went all the way to the AFC Championship, they're right. I was one of their doubters. I thought the Bills weren't going to be good last year because they technically on paper, they got worse, right? They got worse, but yet they went out there and they showed out and went to the AFC Championship game. So 110%, man, the 49ers could do the exact same thing. It's almost bar for bar the exact same thing the Bills are doing, almost. Really, to be honest with you. So, what else? All right, I'm going to save these subjects for the next time I go live because we could talk about these tomorrow or because I'm doing a show on I think I'm doing a show on Tuesday with Terradome. I might go live tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, and we could talk about some of these subjects I want to talk about. The Eagles cut 49ers running back of ours. And George Kittle, the second-round pick decline thing, we could talk about that later on in this week. So we could do that. But, yeah, I got to get going. I got to take the dog for a walk. Got to make dinner. It's around that time. Real quick, it's some last of these comments here before we dip. The Niners might win the division just because of their schedule. I agree with that. That schedule is very favorable, very favorable. I think it will be better just to stay healthy and finish the games late. I like that. Great. Stay healthy. Got to stay healthy. Finish the games late. No drops by Ronnie Bell. No weak-ass defenses at the end of games. 110% Ruben. You are not wrong, brother. You are not wrong. With our schedule of 45D, I think we can have a better chance to win division. We don't take exactly. Injuries, man. Injuries. Stay away from that. Sterling Bennett is a content creator focused on San Francisco 49ers. He's a host of the 49ers Access podcast. Trust me, you want him on your show. Then let's do it, man. I'm all for it. Hey. One day, guys. One day, I'm gonna be on John Chapman's show. One day, I'm gonna be on Larry Krueger's show. And it's because of you guys, right? I'm gonna be on a couple shows, man, in the future. But we grow, we develop, and I can't express enough. It's because of you guys, man. It's because people like Papa J putting the word out. Definitely appreciate it. I would definitely love to see it. So, yeah, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for doing shows with other people. Why not? I feel bad for Jordan Travis. Poor guy. Hey, poor guy. Yeah, I 100%, man. He's retired, though. Wants to be healthy. I totally get it, man. 50 Brock Purdy's could beat a gorilla. Salvador in the house. I disagree. Steve-O in the house. I disagree. Gotta watch the Warriors lose to Dirty Green and grab some balls. I think the Warriors are going to win. Warriors for the Game 7 W. Let's go, baby. 100 kids can give a roll a lot of scratches. Absolutely not. Y'all are crazy. I love you guys, but y'all are crazy. All right. I'm going to bounce. I got to get out of here. I'm going to do a show on Tuesday with the Terradome. It's going to be another 3-hour show. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have conversations. I'm going to try to get you guys, like, I'm going to try, because when I have a co-host, man, it's really hard to get to other comments because we're conversing and things of that nature, right? But, you know, I always try to get you guys comments, try to get you guys in there whenever I can. So I do appreciate you showing up, supporting the channel, because every view, every like significantly helps me out. It really honestly does. So hope to see you guys there on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Salvador, thank you so much for being here, man. I know you just showed up, but you still showed up. And that's what all that matters. You still showed up. And that's what makes you an OG. All right. Appreciate you, Salvador. Thank you so much. Jake, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Papa J, thank you so much. Best mod a bro can ask for. Steve-O, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Jeffrey Champion, I hope you stay a Browns fan. But, hey, if you want to support the 49ers, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Ruben, thank you so much for being here. Historic Stoic. It's such a tongue twister. Thank you for being here as well. Juan, as always, man, I appreciate your content, your comments, man. Even though, man, I'm telling you, the Hunter Gorilla thing is it's fun, but I swear to God. All right, Val, thank you so much. OG, always show up. You always know what to do. I appreciate you. CG Ruthless, thank you so much, man. I tried finding you on Discord. Don't know what's happening there. I thought you were going to send me a request. I didn't see a request sent to me or anything. Rick Diaz, even though I still appreciate, if you're not a bot, I appreciate it. But that was like a bot comment, so I had to say that. But I appreciate you anyway. Joe Boyd, thank you so much for being here as well, showing up, supporting the channel. Who else was up in here? I want to say there was someone else. Jake, I said Jake. Joe Griffin, thank you so much for being here as well. RKJ something. Some weird number thing. BE, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Raiders, thank you so much, Raider Ryan. Appreciate you, man. I'm actually going to grade the Raiders draft next time, so look out for that, man. And if I miss, that's everyone. And if I missed anyone, let me know next live. I'll give you a shout out. I appreciate every single one of you guys. 20 likes. You guys are fucking awesome, man. Thank you guys so much. I got to go. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys make this what it is. This is my dream, and you guys are supporting it every time you come in, every time you comment, every time you like, and it's just building and building and building. And this is just becoming the greatest thing of like greatest thing in my life. I'm not lying to you. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much. To everyone who watched this later, be sure to sub, be part of the Wolf Pack, be a howler, because that's what I'm going to call the Wolf Packs. I'm called the Wolf Pack Howlers. And I appreciate every single one of you guys being part of this Wolf Pack. It is super awesome. And be sure to like the live if you haven't liked the live already, because every single like makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you next video. Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.